Welcome back, everybody. Frank Vespi here. John Piasek to my left as I look at the screen.
I think so.
John,
I think so.
it's Preakness weekend, all very exciting here in Maryland, and we got to look at the late pick five on Black-Eyed Susan Day. Black-Eyed Susan Day, always one of the features of the meet of the year, really, in Maryland. We got the grade three Pimlico Special, grade two Black-Eyed Susan, kind of co-features of the day. Let's look at a couple of key horses that you have identified. And let's jump right ahead to the Pimlico Special. That's race 12, where you're going to toss the favorite, and your top choice going to be a horse that's never been in a stake before.
It's not even that I don't like number seven Peonies who won this race last year. It's just he's the only one in the field who has not raced this year. Everyone else has, so I'll take a shot against him for that reason. Top pick, as you alluded to, is number eight Star of Wonder. He made his first start of season last time out in a third level allowance optional claiming race at Aqueduct. Got a very nice trip, sitting off the pace. He was kind of in traffic at the top of the stretch. Once he got clear, though, he made his move, got up to win by a half length. We got a very nice figure on the Preakness scale, not far off his career top with a 94. He's in improving form. He's going second off the bench. He's lightly raced, all signs of a horse who's ready to run a career best race. And a career best race gets the job done here.
Trainer Brad Cox, not that he cares, but I like the way they've handled this horse. They've gone through all of their allowance conditions before going in the stakes company. And he's made very short work of the allowance conditions. He's arrives, what is he, 4 for 5 in his career? Yeah, 4 for 5.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
His his only defeat came back Keeneland in October when he got forced into traffic trouble on the first turn and fell a bit further off the pace than it might like to be. A cleaner trip here, and there should be no problems.
all right, we're going to jump ahead now to race 13, the grade two Black-Eyed Susan, mile and an eight, 3-year-old fillies. You're going to single in here. Now, this is a wide open race, in my view, where you really could use a bunch of these. You're going to only use one of them, John.
Well, I said the moment they crossed the wire in the Weber City Miss, that reply was going to be my top pick in the Black-Eyed Susan, and I'm sticking to that. I was skeptical of her going into the Weber City Miss. You know, she had only raced one time at Colonial Downs. It was her first time going two turns, first time in the stakes, first time to get winners. She got a ton of steam that day and ended up going off at 2-1. And while she didn't win, I thought she ran a huge race. She was able to make Complexity Jane set very slow early fractions, opening quarter of 24-1, half in 48-4. Unsurprisingly, Complexity Jane held on and won, but Reply made up very good ground off that slow pace. She was charging hard up the inside, lost by only 3/4 of a length after being down by about 3.5 at the top of the stretch. A few more strides, and she might have won in spite of those slow fractions. Really improved on every speed figure scale, improved to an 87 on the Prisnet scale in just her second career start. Now she has stakes experience under her belt, two-turn experience under her belt. That 87, not far off from what a lot of these have been running, even with more experience. Irad Ortiz gets the mount for the first time. I don't think you'll get her 8-1 morning line. I think 4-1 or so is probably what's going to happen. But as you said, because a lot of folks are going to single in that race, spread in that race rather, her odds in the pick five may well be higher than that.
It's an interesting race, John. I mean, a lot of years you get a horse that's kind of already accomplished some stuff in the Black-Eyed Susan. This race, you really don't. So it is a race where you could sort of take a shot with a horse that, hadn't done a lot yet, as is the case with your top choice here.
Right. I mean, there's only three horses in here who have won a stakes this year. That's Mooncasher, who actually crossed the wire first in the stakes and was disqualified, so it's really only two. Princess Aaliyah, who won the Valley of the Vapors at Oaklawn Park, and then Runner and Gunnin, who won the Sunland Park Oaks at, or else, Sunland Park. But neither of those horses ran that great of figures in that race. And as I said, I'm not sure if we've even seen Reply's best yet. So if she improves a few points off of that race, it could well be a very big day for her.
All right, now the late pick five on Black-Eyed Susan Day begins in race nine. Let's put up John's ticket. John, quick overview of the late pick five featuring the two horses we just talked about.
Hilltop is my spread race, going 6 out of 9 in there. Miss Preakness, a full gate of 13. Lots of early speed in here. Trying to use some horses who have good tactical speed. Top choice in there is going to be number 10, Milo Rose. Too deep in the very one. I'm using the favorite. That's a Christoph Clement trainee, number 9, Loon Cry, who won the Sensible Lady at Laurel Park last year. Along with the 12, Simply Stated, for Mike Trombetta. One horse who I might throw in if you have a bigger budget is number 2, Bosserati, who has a lot of early speed. And then we're spreading in the Pimlico Special as well. The 1, Philly is 5, has a ton of speed, as does the 3. Encino, as does the 4, Awesome Aaron. It's possible all three of these end up dueling each other into oblivion and setting it up for Star of Wonder, but it's also possible one of them gets loose, and if any of them get an easy lead, they'll be tough to catch.
All right, late pick five. That ticket costs, John?
$72.
72 bucks. All right, that's the Black-Eyed Susan Day late pick five from Pimlico. Good luck, John.